Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry, and in tonight's video newsletter, I wanted to show you 3 setups that are currently in play and that use the squeeze as the foundation for the reason to trade them. If we are to believe the often quoted that stocks chop about 80% of the time, well then our job as directional traders is to find those moments in time that they are ready to move. And again, I've got a couple of those for you tonight. So the first one we're going to take a look at is gold. Shout out to my buddy Greg at the U.S. Gold Bullion Depository. I've been working to accumulate some of that, and just a really cool place to be able to visit. But I also told him that I would keep him up to speed on these videos for their analysts. So a lot of people that are following gold, I would have you look at these 2 things. Again, the first of which is that squeeze. And if we look back at this moment in time, a low compression squeeze here. We're just looking at these different colored dots. And when they shift over into green, that is the expansion of the range. So here you can see nice directional move. This is more of your standard squeeze. When you get into those green dots, pretty nice directional move. And now we have that same thing forming again. So, gold could do a little something, maybe where it needed to make a fresh low. But if it did, I would think that that would be a discount. Now you start getting much below this swing low, and I will just be wrong. But this move to me looks a little bit more corrective. Looks like something that wants to make a push up into new lifetime highs, and doing that on the back of the squeeze, I think could be a very worthwhile trade. So keep an eye on the daily squeeze of gold, and then keep an eye on that fire line. Again, that's a level we've covered several times. 35.62 would link up very cleanly with the new high, and then I'm going to treat that as an important resistance decision. But that's the current roadmap for gold. And then from there, we get to come over into a VGO. Now the timing of these is really the art, and I'll be covering that more in the members video, which we'll get into after this. But this is another setup that I think has bullish potential. If we look at it from this voodoo perspective, we can see how that fire line was met and has become a very critical area of resistance. But I feel like we also have to honor, I don't love drawing the trend line simply because extreme trend lines like that do tend to be broken. But I think we've got a little something going on here where this is the directional momentum part of the move. This is consolidating that in a flagging pattern. And the path of least resistance, I believe, is looking for a new high above 250. If you then take that back and look at the 2-hour chart, here you will see that squeeze. So you can trade squeezes on all kinds of time frames. The larger the time frame, usually the longer you will be in the trade. But I like that 2-hour squeeze in Broadcom. Again, looking for prints up into 250. From there, the last is going to be Meta. And Meta has got squeezes on several different time frames. So you have the 2-hour. I've also been watching the 39-minute. I like the 39-minute because that evenly divides the cash session into 10 bars, and it's just a clean way of looking at signals. It's, like I said, I think this one is still looking for 670, 680. You just need a market that is ready to do it as well, and right now it has been a little bit stagnant. But do keep those 3 names in your watch list. I think they are very much worth watching as we get into the abbreviated week on Tuesday, and I hope it gives you some good trade opportunities. Y'all have a great night, and I hope to see you in the chat room tomorrow. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.